You can't believe anything you see on TV. What has happened to America?
Except for us when we're on the YouTube. You can believe us.
There used to be a time that if it was on TV, it was true. Mm-hmm. It's not the case anymore. The Today Show was talking about this BBC reporter.
It seemed like a normal news report until the end.
Because I'm not real.
Last night, UK audiences watching a show about AI taking jobs, stunned to learn that was happening in front of their eyes.
In a British TV first, I'm actually an AI presenter.
Do you think that's ever awkward?
That's
a big reveal. For the AI, and you should know I'm not real.
I think it's a real kick in the patoot for fake news. I think that's a dangerous thing to be saying out there of, hey, audience, we're going to dabble with things that aren't real. You're welcome.
And you fell for it, suckers.
I wasn't on location reporting this story. My image and voice were generated using AI.
Before that point, the documentary had shown the host reporting in multiple settings.
She was cute, too.
Fish,
I felt really
and
double-duped. Yeah. She was hot. She was a right biscuit. Wasn't she, then?
Chris,
wasn't she? Wasn't she, Joe? Wasn't she a right biscuit, Joe?
Sure. She was a... whatever you just said. I went out into...
She was a right kettle.
All right.
She was a tea kettle of a reporter.
Focus. I went into the newsroom, and I got a real reporter because I wanted to see what the reporters thought of this. I grabbed Heidi Hommel. She's real. She's not AI, by the way.
What's up, Chris?
Okay.
And we brought Heidi in here to find out what she thinks of AI doing stories like this. Heidi, how concerned are you that you could lose your gig to somebody who's not real?
I mean, when you first told me about this story, Joe, and sent me that video, I was not concerned at all. But then when I played it, and I was like, the first thing I thought watching that was, see, this gal is a real person. And that's why...
This gal's not a gal at all.
That's why reporters can never be replaced. And then she goes, but I'm not real. And I'm like, okay, well, you had me fooled, so maybe I'm a little concerned. But no, reporters, no, they could never replace reporters. You want to know why?
So, yeah, why?
Because we are the boots on the ground, local journalism. So where does AI get their information from, is I think what everyone should be asking. And it just scans the internet, right? It can scan multiple sites and pull all this data into it and spit out, or at least try to spit out what you're asking it. But, at least what I'm using AI for, it's pulling information from other news sites, right? Other things reporters have gone to and seen and talked to people and brought on that information back. That's never going to be replaceable. Can AI go out and cover a protest?
No.
Yeah, how's it going to get quotes and pictures and videos of what's going on and what the vibe was like? Can it cover campaign events? Can it tour hospitals? Can it go down to the border and see what that situation's really like? It can scour the internet for other people who've done that and bring you that information. But this is what I would implore everyone to do is fact check your AI. Where is it getting its information from?
How do you fact check your AI?
I can tell when things are, so I don't use it for script writing. That's a big no-no. But what I will do is I was doing an election story last week and I said, who's running in CD5? And I just wanted to know all the well, first it gave me old information from the last election. I go, no, who's running in 2026? And it said Thomas Feely. I know the guy's name, former Cardinals kicker, it's Jay Feely. Mm-hmm. So I knew it just got the first name wrong, but that's, that I knew that already that was one of the people running. I just wanted to see everyone who had, announced their candidacy so far. So little things like that. I will say we use Copilot here because it comes with our Microsoft suite. Mm-hmm. But so I think ChatGPT, I notice less errors with ChatGPT than I do with Copilot. So even play around with a couple different AIs and tell me if you feel like one makes more mistakes than the other.
That's a really great point. I should also point out, however, that the engine under Copilot is ChatGPT.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why is it you think it'd make these same mistakes then on ChatGPT?
Well, so it's interesting you say that because Joe and I go round and round on this, and I've made very clear that if something's not working, Joe, let me know because I'm experimenting with it to do some of the busy work. right?
Yeah.
For behind the scenes, I do a lot where we write summaries so that we can use them when we're posting stories, so that we know where we're going, this sort of stuff. So I do that to do some busy work. And I've also noticed those hallucinations, those minor errors. And I told Joe, if you see these things, you got to let me know. But I've also found with Copilot there are a number of different settings. So you can make it do quick response. You can make it do think deeper. You can use smart, which is kind of a hybrid of fast and do things. And then you can also tell it to double check, fact check. And I'll tell you what, I have yelled at this thing before. I mean, I said, if you were a person, I would have fired you by now. I would have. Can you see this as a way, though, to say enhance your job? For instance, you talked about being at the border or getting photos and things like that. Could you see AI as a tool that, say, a photog could use to help the drone over a border protest narrow in on where the action is happening, or something to enhance your job in the future?
Yeah, I'm sure when it comes to a drone, there's some AI software. I think I even did a story about drones down at the border. Well, let me tell you, with not a video journalist, but as a radio reporter, how I use it. These drug boats, so-called drug boats in the Caribbean that we keep blowing up, the United States does. I was, that's a big national story that we keep seeing, right? So I wanted to localize it, being a reporter in Arizona. So I asked Copilot, who is local to Arizona that I could talk to about this news story? And it gave me so many great sources. It gave me sheriffs. It gave me a bunch of U of A professors. And from there, and it gave me bios of all them. So from there, I was able to read the bios of each professor. I determined who would have been the best fit for the story. And then I reached out. And this guy was like an expert on the topic. And that wasn't luck. That was AI.
So it saved you legwork, and it basically acted like a news producer for you to make you more efficient at your job.
Yes.
So basically, I'm just going to lose my job as a producer. That's awesome. Thank you, Heidi.
Yes.
Yeah, but the good news, Joe, only once.
Mm-hmm.
You'll only lose that job once.
Don't worry, I can still go work in sales. They still have a place for me, at least in my dreams.
All right. Heidi Hommel, KTAR News reporter.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe, and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.